Former AEW World Champion MJF reportedly could be near to an AEW return as soon as or before the upcoming Forbidden Door pay-per-view in June. Plenty of details on that. Plus, Kenny Omega reportedly undergoes surgery to help combat diverticulitis. The latest clues have been revealed for the upcoming debut of Uncle Howdy's faction, this time in a brand new Twitch stream. Tony Khan comments on his time as a television character on AEW TV. Triple H opens up the invitation to Patrick Mahomes to get in the ring for WWE, and Sting's son reveals what it's like living with Darby Allin as he trains to become a professional wrestler. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about former AEW World Champion MJF, as there's some big news about his future with All Elite Wrestling, because Maxwell Jacob Friedman could be nearing a return. Now, Fightful Select have released the following article, which says they can't speak to a certain date, but discussions have happened regarding MJF making an on-screen return to All Elite Wrestling. How it will look, alterations in presentation, and the like have all been broached between MJF and AEW. According to Fightful, there are several sources within AEW that believe that he could be coming back sooner rather than later, with most expecting him back in the fold by Forbidden Door in New York, if not sooner. Now, MJF has been out of action since December 30, when his record-breaking AEW World Championship reign came to an end at AEW's World's End pay-per-view. MJF had been working with a plethora of injuries, but he was adamant he wanted to finish out his title reign. Prior to that, there were many changes, primarily due to the injury sustained by Adam Cole. Now, MJF remains under AEW contract for quite some time. At some point following the controversial Double or Nothing 2022 situation, MJF received a contract extension from AEW. Now, Fightful say they're not sure if it kicked in and effectively replaced the former deal that he had that would have expired on December 31st, 2023, but higher-ups knew that MJF was securely under contract, but MJF, of course, himself would not confirm that to much of anyone in the industry and many close to him, instead playing up that his deal was up at the end of 2023. Of course, MJF is among the highest earners in AEW as per his new contract. Now, there had been word a couple of weeks ago that MJF had undergone shoulder surgery recently and would be out of action for quite some time. Now, Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp says, regarding word of shoulder surgery, they've heard nothing regarding that, although MJF was working with a plethora of injuries by the time he finished up at AEW World's End in 2023. So, what do you make of the news that MJF could be returning soon? What do you make of the news that he could be back possibly in a different form? What do you think about the rumors that he underwent shoulder surgery, but now reports saying, well, we can't actually confirm that? Let me know your thoughts and reaction to all of it in the comments section below. Now, speaking of someone that has undergone surgery, Kenny Omega, finally, he might be on a serious path to recovery, because Kenny Omega's path to recovery has continued with a big move. Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp has learned that Kenny Omega underwent surgery last week in an aid to recover from diverticulitis. Omega underwent surgery in New York on May 16, which is why some fans had posted pictures with him in the area. There are currently no creative plans for Kenny Omega in AEW at this time, and they're expecting a lengthy recovery. Omega had been sidelined since mid-December 2023 before being pulled from the World's End pay-per-view. Omega returned to television to be written off for a while by the Elite who attacked him. Of course, we wish Kenny Omega the best in his recovery, and hopefully we can see the best bout machine back in the ring at some point in the future. Now, the latest when it comes to Uncle Howdy and the impending debut of a Bray Wyatt-inspired faction. WWE continues to reveal clues about the long-rumored stable centered around the late Bray Wyatt. Now, on Wednesday, WWE used its WhatsApp to tease a second Twitch streaming video the week after the first one aired last Thursday. That video is now dropped on Bray Wyatt's birthday, no less, and depending on how you read the clues, it may have both confirmed the new group's reported membership and also revealed the exact date that they will debut. Now, before we get into the exact dates or whatever, here's a few snippets from what happened during this stream.
Sequence just like a stone into my mind. I do not know if I shall rise or open up these weary eyes.
Certainly spooky stuff. Now, while there are no QR codes in this video, it did feature no fewer than 9 sets of latitude and longitude coordinates, which have been used previously quite a bit in this storyline. Now, the coordinates led to, in the order of their appearance in the video, Rathdrum, Idaho, Albaline, Texas, Ixona, Wisconsin, Navesink, New Jersey, Erlanger, Kentucky, Ramblewood, New Jersey, Irwindale, California, Unicoi, Tennessee, and Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Now, online speculation is already running wild as to the meaning of these coordinates, but some fans noticed that combining the first letters of each location in order spells out Rainerus. Now, a 12th century Italian preacher known for expelling demons prior to his canonization, Rainarus is the patron saint of travelers, and more importantly, his feast day is June 17, which happens to be the Monday after the Clash at the Castle PLE, when Raw comes to Corpus Christi, Texas. Other clues in the video also pointed to a June 2024 debut, lending credence to this theory. Now, as you just saw, as for the actual content of the video, it largely depicts a pair of hands wearing fingerless gloves that at one point they wrapped themselves in tape, writing a series of letters and putting them in envelopes, each marked "Remember Who You Are." The letters contain similar verbiage to that we've seen in the previous clues, but this time there are hints about specific wrestlers rumored to be involved in the stable. Quote, "It is never easy to feel lost," the first letter reads. "You have lost too much already. You deserve to be set free. I know that you are angry. That is okay. Let me show you what that anger can do. When you are ready to take off the blindfold, come find me. You can always wear your mask." Now, this could refer to the recently rehired Eric Rowan, the last surviving member of the original Wyatt family, who was known for wearing a sheep's mask. Of course, he was later joined by Braun Strowman, but the original three, that being Rowan, Harper, and the late Bray Wyatt as well. Now, the next letter says, quote, "I'm so sad seeing you look for a friend, but to find none. How sad for them to miss out on finding someone as special as you. I've watched you stare into the abyss, hoping someone would look back. I want you to know I see you. You are seen. You are loved. Come home. Your new family awaits." Now, this fits with Nikki Cross, whose rare WWE appearances over the last couple of years have seen her alternately searching for friends or staring blankly into space. Now, the hands actually attempt the third letter twice, as you saw. First writing, "You had a family, you had friends, you did your best. They revealed themselves to be liars," before crumpling up the letter and starting again. "Your family betrayed you," the second attempt reads. "You deserve better. You are accepted just as you are. Come to me and I will make you brand new. I will set you free. We can be a real family. We can be a real family." Now, while it's the hardest one to pin down, the letter makes the most sense for Dexter Lumis, who's been off television for a full year, unlike his family members from the NXT stable The Way. The hands also scribble randomly on another piece of paper after writing this letter, which could be a nod to Lumis's sort of psychotic artist gimmick that he had previously in NXT. Finally, the fourth letter reads, "You had followers and they betrayed you. They turned their backs, and when you were only asking for help, for loving, asking for someone, anyone to notice you, they all did nothing. I will give you a family. Let's teach them consequences," followed by a smiley face. Now, combined with the smiley face, these words bring to mind former Schism leader Joe Gacy. Now, the video ends with, as I mentioned, and as you saw, the letters being delivered, followed by a figure entering a house and seeing a female figure who has been shown before, possibly a reference to longtime Wyatt Law character Sister Abigail, and or a hint at the involvement of Alexa Bliss. We also see a close-up shot of an unsettling smile that's familiar to anyone who remembers Bo Dallas, Wyatt's brother and the man behind the Uncle Howdy character from his final WWE run. So what did you make of the Twitch stream? What did you make of the clues? What do you make of all of it? What do you make of the upcoming debut? Let me know your reaction to it in the comment section below. Now, Tony Khan, of course, it's AEW Double or Nothing this weekend, and more recently, we've seen Tony Khan become somewhat of a AEW television character. Now, following his attack angle with the Elite, AEW President and CEO Tony Khan has addressed his on-screen role in All Elite Wrestling. On the April 24 edition of Dynamite, the Elite's Jack Perry attacked AEW President Tony Khan, and the Young Bucks dropped him with the Tony Khan driver. This led to Khan being carried out and wearing a neck brace during the 2024 NFL Draft telecast. On the May 22nd episode of Dynamite, Khan made his return by driving Darby Allin into the arena to fend off the Elite with a flamethrower. During the AEW Double or Nothing 2024 media call, Bill Pritchard of WrestleZone asked Tony Khan to comment how he approached getting involved on AEW programming. Khan answered, quote, "I really tried to limit the amount of appearances I have personally made over the past 5 years. It would be fair to say that less than 1/10 of 1% of television time has been spent on me over the last 5 years. That's how it should be. Occasionally, if a match had to be made or a major announcement, I would come out and do those things. I am planning to visit the fans this weekend, and I love being at the events before and after with the live crowd, signing autographs and taking photos whenever I can. Now, on wanting the focus of AEW TV to be on the wrestlers, Khan said, quote, "It's really important to me that the focus of the show is on the wrestlers and the wrestling, even when there is a story like the struggle for control of the company, the power in the office. It's still important to feature it in the context of a wrestling show and with the wrestlers. Even with last night, I was at most 2 seconds on the show. That's how it should be. You don't need to see a ton of me. It should be about the wrestlers and the reaction Darby got when he got into the arena. Because the Young Bucks banned him from the arena and Kenny Omega has been out with surgery, there is really only one person who could lift that ban. I felt the ban needed to get lifted. It was really important for the fans going into Double or Nothing, for the fans to see Darby and for him to save Bryan Danielson on his birthday and for Bryan and Darby to stand tall." Now, let's talk about Patrick Mahomes possibly getting involved in the WWE in the future. Now, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes appeared on the Pat McAfee show on Thursday afternoon to discuss his recent appearance on Raw alongside United States champion Logan Paul. While Mahomes remained seated in the crowd, his Super Bowl rings made quite the literal dent as Paul inadvertently struck JD McDonough in the face of them amidst an in-ring scuffle with Jey Uso. Looking back on his Raw outing, Mahomes noted that he should have stepped into the ring and showed off his own wrestling skills. Now, taking notice of Mahomes' comments, WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque has now extended an opportunity for the NFL star to return to WWE anytime he wants, saying, quote, "Hey Patrick Mahomes, you have an open invitation, let me know when." Now, Mahomes' aforementioned WWE appearance occurred on the April 29 episode of Raw, where Logan Paul came face-to-face with the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship at the time, Jey Uso. As Uso and Paul battled on the microphone, Judgment Day members Finn Balor and JD McDonough arrived to deliver a beatdown to Uso. With the intention of furthering the assault on Uso, Paul retrieved Mahomes' 3 Super Bowl rings from the ringside area. Paul's plans were ultimately thwarted as Uso ducked out of the way just in time for Paul's fist to connect with McDonough instead. This particular move prompted the return of former Universal Champion Braun Strowman, who prevented Balor and Paul from unleashing more damage to Uso. Strowman later invited Mahomes and 2 chief linesmen to fight him at ringside before Uso stepped in to pull the monster among men away. So do you think there's any possibility of Patrick Mahomes getting involved with WWE in the future? Let me know your thoughts about that too. And finally, we had heard the other day about Sting's son training to become a professional wrestler and staying at Darby Allin's house. Now we have photographic evidence. The son of WWE Hall of Famer and wrestling legend Sting is currently training to be a wrestler and is living with AEW's Darby Allin. Darby Allin recently revealed that Stephen Borden Jr. was staying at his house and training to become a professional wrestler. A former football player, Borden Jr. had not considered getting in to his legendary father's profession, according to Darby. This all changed after Sting's retirement match at AEW Revolution, with Darby seeking Sting's guidance before taking in Borden Jr. Borden Jr. is not only staying at Darby Allin's house, but he's also training in a ring at the property to help him in the process. In the original report from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, it was stated that Borden Jr. was sleeping in a tent in Darby Allin's front yard. Borden Jr. has now shared a photo on Twitter of what may be his current living arrangements, which can be seen on the screen right now. The photo shows a small tent in a wide open space near a gate, looking across an even more luscious countryside. Now, since posting the captionless image, Borden has received replies of support, including one saying he's speed running, paying your dues. Of course, the image may have been staged to continue Darby's commentary, but at least the weather is good. Of course, if we get any more details about this in the future, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.